Welcome to my ACCA Strategic Business Leader or the SBL course for the 2025. My name is Steve Chen, I'm the course director at Global APC. Now, my SBL approach is absolutely different. I will use 3 stages approach to help with any students pass this paper very easily. Now, in my course, I will heavily focus on the recent preseen material released by ACCA and the past exam questions related to the preseen material using my knowledge structure in my 69 pages speedy note as a starting point with my 72 pages handout summarizing all the bits and pieces that you need to know from the SBL syllabus point of view. So therefore, you don't really need to refer back to any sort of other study tests or materials. Hundreds of pages of materials, you can get rid of them directly. And then I will move on to the stage number 2 to walk through the past preseen material, giving you the industry knowledge and the questions from the past preseen. I'm not going to be going through questions from years and years ago, but I will use my own approach to develop my own answer to these past preseen questions. For example, that recently we have got 9 cases from previous 80 Football Club, MC Tech, Colgess, PSS, Yes Marine, and Covert Construction, Highlight, and Smartwear businesses. And of course, each of the preseen questions, for example, that you can download it, but I will go through it using the live CBE environment. So for example, we've got different exhibits on screen, and then we will solve questions. For example, task 1 part A, part B, and so on, task 2, and so on, using the CBE platform. Now, I would solve each of the requirements very carefully with my own written answer. I will tell you exactly how can you score marks, how can you relate your answer back to the exhibit information given by the examining team. That's very, very important. The ways that we approach these questions will be absolutely different from the way that we approach the previous or old SBL exam questions. I mean, exam style has changed significantly for the SBL paper. So what I would do is to give you confidence and save you lots of time by not going through the irrelevant theories that's not related to the exam at all. My experience tells me that approximately 20 to 40% of the syllabus knowledge to be tested each and every exam nowadays. So that's why we'll also go through the stage number 3, 2 weeks before the exam. The ACCA will release the latest preseen material, and I will go through that. I will tip questions in my mock, and I will ask you to submit your mock exam for marking and making sure that the areas to be examined, that you're absolutely familiar with that. Now, having said that, for example, my speedy notes here only contains 69 pages and no more than that. So for example, I divide the whole SBL syllabus into only chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No more than that. You don't need to know extra things apart from the stuff I presented in my note together that I use my handout to summarize all the syllabus knowledge, for example, all the stuff that you need to know. So what's more important is this. I would like to use the knowledge structure in my handout and the speedy note into the recent past exams. You will see that I produce a completely different answer from the examiner's one. Well, hold on a second. You may say, well, examining team's answer would be the best. But if you see in the examiner's report and the introduction of each past exam paper answer given by the SBL examining team, they said, we expect students to produce different answers and credit will be given. Yes, you're right. So what I would do is that I would tell you question by question, telling you how to relate our knowledge that we've learned to the exhibit information and the preseen information given by the examining team to score you the full marks. Well, to tell you a secret, my approach would be called as the twisted approach. What I would do is that firstly, I would like to plan my answer using my secret way, and then I would like to break down my knowledge structure from my class, and then I would twist the case information, bring it back to my answer to help you score high marks. This is a 100% exam-focused course. So this means that in my knowledge course, which means the speedy notes and handout, you will expect approximately 15 hours lectures, no more than that. I will not give you the irrelevant stuff because that's a waste of your time and even the waste of my time. Your time is important and precious. I know that it's very tough for any student, especially the working adults, to balance their study and work and even life. That's tough. I'm not going to be going through, for example, 60 hours lectures, 48 hours lectures by telling you, well, what's the background of a BCG matrix model, what's the definition of a strategy, and relating them back to lots of irrelevant real-life companies, because I know that this is not what you want. What you want is the concise and easy-to-follow approach to make sure that you can tackle questions, you can score high marks, or at least passing it the first time, because I know that the exam fee is so expensive nowadays. And therefore, I will spend more time in going through the past preseen questions step by step. And what I want you to do in the stage number 1 is to cross your arms like watch a movie. When I summarize the knowledge, bringing back to the real life examples in my knowledge course in the stage 1. But in the stage number 2, I want you to firstly print out my answer, or possibly to type your answer with my pace. Okay, so that's what I want. Of course, in the stage number 3, this is unique. This is unique. Because if you can check the past record in the YouTube channel, for example, I'm always the number 1 to release the analysis of the latest preseen. I would say that it's the deep analysis in practical way, just to broaden your knowledge and making sure that your answer quality is high. So following these 3 stages, you will pass SBL paper very easily with my help. And I look forward to seeing you soon in my course. Bye for now.
ACCA, accounting for your future.